Hi.
Hi, Josie.
I'm so excited to be here. I
course.
love
Thank
the new
you.
setup.
Oh, thank you very much. We are still, trying to find a good name for the podcast. So Ronald, he recommended Aroma Talk. Aroma Talk. But what do you have any recommendations?
I've been put on the spot. I can't think that quickly.
No.
Give me a moment.
You just said something before this. Didn't you say something?
No,
about
I
this?
called this the Maxaroma perfume parlor.
Oh, well, okay, yeah.
Fragrance
Thank
boudoir.
you for the
The scent salon.
Yeah.
Oh,
the scent
scent
salon is
salon.
actually really nice too. That can be a great boutique name as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the
scent
concept of
salon.
salon, of having people talking
Yeah.
about ideas and concepts and events, that works.
Scent salon.
If anyone uses that before Maxaroma, pay me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Copyright. We're trademarking that right now.
Yes.
But you guys should let us know Aroma Talk or
Scent salon.
Scent Salon. So yeah, we'll see which one goes. So Josie, thank you again.
My pleasure.
I always have a lot of time. I always have a great time talking to you. It's always a pleasure
Likewise.
working with you. So
Thank you.
so before we go to the fragrances, I just want to let's just talk about some stuff because we did some videos before and everybody I saw a lot of comments in the video. Oh, is this Josie from
Oswald? Yes.
Oh, is this Josie?
For those who may not know me, hello, I am Josie, and for those who do know me, good to see you again. So I have been in the fragrance industry for well over a decade now. I don't look it, but I have been. I used to be the manager at Oswald, New York, so the U.S. branch of Perfumery Oswald from Zurich, Switzerland. For almost 8 years, I was there, actually, which is where a lot of you may know me from. I was good friends with Carlos, Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. Yeah. I've been in videos with Redolescence and other reviewers. Olia, who you may know is one of my best friends. Gosh, before that, I worked for Killian.
Oh wow! Yeah,
which
one I was very surprised when you told me that. Yeah, that's.
I've been doing this a very long time, and even before that, I used to write about fragrance and makeup and skincare. It's a lifelong hobby that I was blessed enough to turn into a career, which is why I'm very happy that we're representing Electimuss.
Oh yeah, Electimuss. It's for sure. I think I've tried Electimuss fragrances, I would say, during COVID the first time. That's
Same.
Yeah. And they had really good stuff. It's just everything is strong. Every piece is a statement. The storyline, behind the brand is actually pretty good too. So
were you a kid who was super into Roman mythology? Because I was.
I liked I would say not Roman, but I liked mythology. Yeah, but it was I knew what it was for sure. But then when I saw these guys also bought all of that.
Which is why I love Electimuss. Yeah. So for those who do not know, I'll tell you a little bit about the brand. Electimuss was founded in 2015 and the house is inspired by ancient Rome. So ancient Rome is famous for many things, but their love of perfumery and of scent is one of the aspects of Roman culture that thankfully has persisted through the ages. And so when you have a bottle of Electimuss, so I'm going to start from the bottom. So really beautiful bottle. The design of the bottle is meant to emulate a vintage decanter. And also the shape of the bottle itself, along with the cap, is reminiscent of Doric columns from Roman architecture. Flip the bottle over, and on the bottom, you have the sun. And the sun is representing timelessness of the influence of ancient Roman culture on today. So on architecture, on literature, music, fragrance. The gold metal surrounding the bottle, the cape of the bottle, is inspired by the armor that gladiators wore. Wow. Very cool.
That's pretty cool.
So the emblem on the front of the bottle, as well as on the cap, you have the aquila, the eagle, the symbol of power and strength.
Yep, which is name of one of the fragrances. That's true.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then it's surrounded, I don't think you at home can see this very closely, but Hamed, you can. Yeah. The mosaic here, which is symbol of eternity. So, I mean, there's so much thought. And even the word Electimuss, is coming from Latin to choose the best.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
That's
so much
pretty good.
storytelling.
So much
here.
storytelling. Yeah. No, the amount of details that went into the brand, the bottles, are pretty impressive. Even, the quality of the glass, it's heavy, the cap.
This is
We were just
one of
talking
the
about it.
heaviest fragrance bottles you will ever pick up.
Yeah, make sure you don't drop it on your foot because there's a good chance they might break your toes.
The cap is so beautifully heavy. So when you have your bottle at home to open it, you are going to tilt the cap back.
But it's a symbol of power.
Yes,
that's what I get. I feel like I know we don't do it now, but I don't know if you guys. This was like I don't know if this show was there was a cartoon that when I was a kid in Iran, they were showing it to us. It was IQ's son. It was an Asian thing. So he had this badge that kind of looked like this bottle.
Okay.
And whoever he showed it to, everybody would start like respecting them and just say, okay, like open the doors or like open the road because these
so this
guys
was an
are,
anime? I need to look
It was
this
an
up.
animation, a Japanese animation. Yeah, IQ's son. So
okay.
No, that was
I'm going to
pretty
Google this when I get
interesting.
home. Speaking of power, let's smell Imperium together.
Oh, this was my favorite. I have a bottle of Imperium House. That was the first bottle that I took as soon as we started carrying this brand.
I think that for those who are familiar with Electimuss, Imperium might have been their first experience or their first purchase from the house. So the name Imperium comes from the Latin word for power, and but it's a specific kind of power. It's the kind of power that one has when they are in a high position in a company, when one's a CEO and one's a boss.
Yeah.
When someone is very powerful in terms of the level that they possess within society or a company, etc. And when I smell Imperium, it absolutely gives me boss vibes. Like this is someone who is about to take over Wall Street or take over a boardroom.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And I feel like I don't know. We can fact check that, but I think the new batches that they're coming out, they're even stronger.
Even stronger.
Even stronger than the first Imperium that I had. There's something about that
stronger.
beast mood that it has in it. Because I have the first bottle that I don't spray it that much because it's a strong fragrance. But this is from a new one that we got, so I think they even made it stronger. Such a good fragrance. Such a beautiful fragrance. But what do you think? For me, you can have a boss lady too. So
of course.
Yeah. So
we're all boss babes here.
Yeah. So, so you don't have to be a man to be. I can't say it's masculine. There was this gentleman that came to the showroom yesterday, and I was talking to him, and then he told me to bring fragrance from this line, and then he was like, I want the women version. I was like, okay, no problem. So I brought it on, and then he sprayed it on his skin. I was like, wow, this actually smells very good on you. So I don't know why they call it it's for women or men. Like, it's just it performed really good. It was actually a floral scent, but it worked.
Well, also we have to go back in the past and think about what was popular for men and women 50 years ago, 100 years ago, more than that. And it's the opposite of what we would consider men's fragrances now or women's fragrances now. I mean, even in terms of clothing, pre-Victorian era, think of colonial America, and you see these drawings of like George Washington and Benjamin Franklin and all the founding fathers. They're wearing heels and powdered wigs.
Yeah, I mean,
and
they look good.
Little children, whether they were boys or girls, they wore dressing gowns until a certain age. Like, you wear what you like. Ignore what the bottle says or how the bottle looks.
Yeah, but I also think, especially in niche and high-end category fragrances, it was something that kind of introduced to the market more in the masculine side of it, and then because a lot of women, they go to department stores, they go to sections that they sell makeups, cosmetics, and stuff. Well, if they buy something Dior, YSL, then makeup or anything like that. So they also buy a YSL bottle. So they weren't really familiar with niche perfumeries or niche fragrances. But I think now there's this market that is coming up and opening the door with a lot of influencers talking about it, marketing and all of that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And you're right. A lot of that was driven by men, and that's partially because men weren't really reading magazines.
That's
and
true.
when you think of advertising,
reading car magazines.
Yeah, when you're thinking of advertising more than a decade ago, it was mostly women's magazines. When we still had Allure in print, when we still had magazines like Lucky. Cosmopolitan, I think, is still in print. But you think of all the women's magazines that existed 10 years ago, and women are advertised the same few fragrances over and over again, whereas men didn't necessarily have that sort of marketing thrown at them.
Well, I think it was kind of a taboo for a man to take care of his skin and beauty. But now we're like, why not? We can also look beautiful and smell nice.
But it also speaks to the fragrance houses that became really popular over a decade ago. They had branding that was more masculine. Tom Ford, when the Tom Ford fragrances launched, what was that, 2008, 2009? Creed Aventus launched in 2011.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's exactly what I think the whole thing started. Yeah. Tom Ford, Private, and then Creed kind of started the whole movement.
Killian launched in the U.S. and what was that, 2009 as well. So there was a moment, and I think a lot of these initial brands, their branding was a little bit more unisex masculine, so I think it made men more comfortable.
That's right.
Niche fragrance. And now we're here in 2023 and we're all just smelling incredible.
Yeah. I mean, it's again, as you said, the storytelling of it is very important. So
I agree.
They all learn that, and you kind of wear something and you learn about it, and you're like, it's just you get familiar with it. And I'm glad that actually we're seeing a lot of females or ladies that are getting to this kind of niche market. And also what I also realized is a lot of designer companies also stepping up the game.
Yeah,
they're changing the packaging
because they realize you have brands like Electimuss out there that are really doing something special, and they want to emulate that.
I mean, Electimuss is starting from $220 goes up to $500 bottles.
$235 to $500.
500 bottles, but they are 1-2 sprays. For me, a lot of them you only need 2 sprays to have it on your skin or his clothes.
I'm an oversprayer proudly.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's smell Trajan next.
Oh.
Okay.
Trajan.
So, the name of this fragrance is coming from Trajan, who is one of the 5 great emperors of the Roman Empire, and he is the one who is responsible for the greatest expansion of the Roman Empire into the Silk Road. And we know that the Silk Road is responsible for introducing so many incredible aromatic spices, florals, beautiful silks, like just a whole new world of ingredients, of fabrics, textures.
Wow. It's there. It's that creaminess, and
the spice.
Spicy,
the really beautiful saffron.
Wow. This is very good. It goes with the name of the fragrance for sure. Beautiful.
And just to quickly piggyback on that concept, this is Capua now. So Capua was within the Roman Empire, the kind of the capital of the perfume industry there.
Is there incense in there? Yeah,
there's a very smoky cedar.
Smoky cedar, yeah.
So again, you're leaning into the spice to pay tribute to the newer ingredients that were coming from the Silk Road.
Yeah,
because of Trajan.
Yeah, this one is like, I think this is if it's about the Silk Road, probably this is where they pass Middle East. It's like kind of that gives you that Middle East.
And this is the end.
The end.
And this is the city where they were processing, creating the fragrances Capua.
Yeah.
So I love how the stories are so, linked.
Wow, this is, all beautiful. This one, it's, I think, it can last for 10, 15 hours. Gotta have a great sillage. You'll get noticed when you walk into a room.
So here, next one. So this is what I'm wearing now.
Mercurial cashmere. But smells so different on your skin. Oh, skin, I loved it a lot.
So this fragrance is named after Mercury. I'm sure you've heard the term mercurial when someone's described like that. Mercury was the messenger of the gods. He was a god himself, but he was also the messenger of the gods. And he was known for being very charming and being very fickle, moody. So mercurial, when we use it now in English language, it means someone who's moody.
Yeah.
Unpredictable. Someone smart, but you got to watch out. So it's seductive, but a little bit wily.
I mean, this is the fragrance. Yeah. I want to say this is very intoxicating. Yeah.
But there's a playfulness.
There's a playfulness. It can be tricky.
And a bit of a naughtiness. It's really... So it's a fragrance that I'm actually really surprised that I enjoy. Because when you look at note lists, and this is just something for those of you who are watching or listening who may not be... who haven't been in fragrance for a while, if I can offer you one bit of advice, do not fully rely on note lists. You need to try fragrances on. So I am someone who, admittedly, is not the biggest fan of sweet fragrances. So typically, if I'm looking online at a note list and I see something described as an amber or as a gourmand fragrance means it smells edible, it smells like food. Or if it has any sort of connotation that it might be sweet, I don't want to try it. I don't want to wear it because I don't like sweet fragrances. But you could be missing out.
Well, you can be
on an incredible fragrance if you just rely on note lists.
This is kind of gourmand, though, but
not quite. It's a spicy amber fragrance. Yeah, but it's not the kind of amber that smells very rich, or syrupy. Heavy on the vanilla. No, it's not that
sweet. Yeah,
no,
but I don't know why I get a hint of vanilla.
Yeah, I mean because it's an amber, and amber accord is labdanum and vanilla.
Very good,
but it's not cloying. It's not sticky. It's more spicy, woody, almost a touch leathery with this really incredible like floral overlay.
And it gives you that cashmere.
Yeah, because you have the cashmere wood.
Yeah,
at the
it's
base.
Really nice. I love this fragrance.
But
while you were mentioning that about the notes, I think also the blotters doesn't really give you.
You have
that.
to.
You have
the
to
best
wear
blotter is your skin.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter what it says online. What is the rating? Maybe it helps a little bit, but you have to try it on your skin. It's just every fragrance is different. On your skin, on your body, pHB type, color of your skin, everything,
And also, too, even if you think that there is a note or a fragrance family that you don't like, you have to remember that there are myriad ways in which a perfumer can use that note or can make a fragrance within that family. In my retail days, I think the thing that I heard the most from clients when they came into Oswald or when I worked for Killian was, I hate rose.
Yeah.
I would swear that every single person on this planet hates rose, which we know is not true because roses are incredibly popular flowers. But people don't realize that roses could smell so many different ways and that there are different roses used in perfumery.
Yeah.
And there are different molecules from these roses that are isolated and used within perfumery. So just because a fragrance says that there's rose in it,
doesn't mean
it's not going to smell like whatever fragrance it was that traumatized you for rose. So you have to keep an open mind and an open nose.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I think I was the same when I started getting into business of perfumes, and then I wasn't a big fan of floral scents, but now everything changed because I'm like, well, I don't know what floral is this. Is it jasmine from Africa? Is it jasmine from Middle East? Is it jasmine from Europe? Who made this jasmine? Who's a perfumer? Because all these different techniques, different
perfumers have different styles.
Yeah, and now I can, sometimes I don't even smell the jasmine, but there's jasmine in there. So, but it's just that. And also, I also know a lot of people or customers or people that wear fragrances, they talk about, I started wearing this fragrance, it doesn't smell the same, it used to be different before, which makes sense because a lot of perfume companies, I just want to let everyone know that they work with different companies that they source their raw ingredients. So maybe 2010 or 2015 they were sourcing it from a company in Europe, but they don't have that rose anymore. So they go source it from a company in Turkey. So it's going to be a different rose. But that's why there's a little bit of difference.
Companies are usually very transparent when that happens. If something has to be reformulated. To speak to the ingredient issue, our planet has been undergoing quite a bit of climate shift in the last 10 years, and there have been definite impacts on fragrance. If you are a baker at home, you know that the price of vanilla has gone up exponentially since 2016. Drought in Madagascar has impacted vanilla harvest since 2016, which means that vanilla fragrances have become very expensive. Also, too, you have to remember that you become anosmic to your own smell after a while, and it could just be your own perception of how you smell. And not that the fragrance necessarily was reformulated. You know, people do become nose blind.
Yeah. No, it happens to me. I can't smell 3 fragrances anymore.
It's hard. You know, when you are wearing something, especially if it's a fragrance that you've been wearing for many years as kind of like your signature, you get used to how it smells. And, you know, we have a lot of things to do as humans, and your brain will automate or shut out certain stimuli. And smell is one of those. And, you know, if you ever have a fragrance that you buy, you read reviews online, oh my God, this thing is so long lasting, et cetera, and you get it home and you try it on and you swear it's gone in 10 minutes, have other people smell you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because the truth is that the fragrance is likely so strong that your brain's like, can't handle this, off, we have other things to do. You got to drive your car, you got to go to work.
Yeah, let's worry about something else. Yeah,
exactly.
No, I mean that's true. The nose blind thing it's scientifically proven. It is what it is. It's the fact. I talk about this before, but like I used to wear Green Irish Tweed a lot every day, and it's a beast. And now if I spray it, I don't smell it anymore. Yeah, I can't smell. I just because
you know what it smells like.
Yeah,
it's ingrained in your psyche. You're never gonna forget that smell. So why do you need to process?
Yeah, my brain is like looking for a nuisance. I'm mad. It's enough. Give me something else.
But then everyone else around you is like, oh, he's wearing Green Irish Tweed again.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But again, I want to let everyone know. I think Mercurial Cashmere didn't get enough love. People need to try it. This is a great fragrance. It's very intoxicating. It's such a beautiful, soft fragrance.
Really, the note list, it doesn't exactly smell like the note list. It smells better. So if you're a little bit afraid of ambers, give this a try. If you're a little bit afraid of gourmand, give this a try. If you're afraid of florals, give this a try.
I think it has a good balance of all. You're going to love this.
And I'm saying that as someone who does
even as a blind buy, I think this is a very safe, good fragrance that every man, woman, doesn't matter. Everyone
of the 4 that we've smelled so far, I would agree with you. Yeah, it would make an excellent gift.
Yeah.
Let's smell one more. So this is Vichy leather.
Oh,
Julius Caesar's famous proclamation of Veni Vidi Vici. I came, I saw, I conquered.
You know, it's one of the first or few leather fragrances that I tried, and it has a spicy kind of a note in it as soon, and then you can just never really had like that. This
smell it.
What is this? A spice in it though? There's something spicy,
it's so
citrus.
Peppery, citrus. The entire perfume parlor smells like Vichy leather now.
Yeah. Is this the new latest release? Vichy
it was
leather?
The last release. From the house. Yeah.
This one also needs more attention. People need to talk about it. Vichy leather. It's a great fragrance. I think people need to try this too. The last 2 that we tried, it needs more love. It needs more attention out there.
I agree. There are 21 fragrances in the house.
Big collection.
And soon to be 22 Gladiator Oud.
Yes. Oh, I'm excited about that.
So it is part of the Emperor's Collection. So that is the collection from Electimuss that houses Octavian and Amber Aqualaria.
Wow. Very nice. Yeah. I have a feeling that fragrance is also going to be a beast kind of a fragrance.
I have smelled it.
Oud Gladiator or
a Gladiator Oud.
Gladiator Oud. Oh, I can just say it by the name of itself.
It's a formidable oud.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is. It's very strong.
Just want to let everyone know that in December, Electimuss they launched a huge selection of discovery sets
and traveler
spray sets. And if you guys are looking at the traveler spray sets, are beautiful. They're actually heavy. They're made out of a really nice packaging, and even the bottles are super unique. And the discovery set also contains I think most of the fragrances. Is that right? 21, 22.
Yeah, it's the whole line, actually.
Yeah.
And that's something that I'm glad that you brought that up, because it's something that I really appreciate about Electimuss, that all of the ancillary products still have the same branding and mostly the same design as the full bottles. There are so many brands that when they create a travel spray or they do a discovery set, the packaging looks different. It doesn't really match up with the bottle. But the Electimuss travel sprays, it really is that same design, just...
Oh, yeah, it's heavy. It's just...
The gold, you have the same symbols on the spray. It's incredible.
Yeah. No, I was very impressed with the travel sprays.
The box is beautiful.
I mean, it's kind of like, when you also put that in your purse or a bag and you take it out, it still looks nice. It's heavy. It's chic. So it's expensive. So, it's so check them out. There's a lot of them. They're also refillable, if I'm not mistaken. They sell
refills. Yeah. There is actually a discovery set that has Trajan, Imperium, and Mercurial Cashmere.
Beautiful, all the best sellers.
That's an incredible set. You just get, boom, right away. This is a fantastic introduction to the house.
Yeah. So so everyone, please check them out. We do also have everything in stock. Thank you, Josie.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Always, it's always a lot of fun to talking to you. You have a great, way of telling his stories and talking to us about fragrances, and it's always a pleasure again.
Likewise.
And thank you. We'll see you soon. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you guys later.
Have a great day.
Before we go, do you have anything to add before we really say bye? Anything else?
Be an oversprayer.
Actually, that's not a problem at all. Yes. All right, guys. Thank you. Bye.